Hi guys, it's Summers here and welcome to Villa Park, the home of our Road to Glory series for FIFA 19 as we take on Aston Villa. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit me up with a like and also hit the subscribe button, that really helps. So as you can see, we've decided that we are going to use Aston Villa for this career mode. I did put a poll out on Twitter to try to get an understanding of who everybody wanted me to be, and as you can see we've got a £4.6 million transfer budget. That will obviously be helped by our introduction to one of the pre-season tournaments, and hopefully we can go quite far into that tournament in order that we can gain some extra money for the transfer budget. So I think the most obvious thing is to get the tournament with the most prize money, just purely because that's going to offer us the best opportunity to make some transfers with a higher transfer budget going into the season, because unfortunately we're going to have to do quite a bit of a rebuild job here at Villa, because quite a few of the players are either aging or we've got players that are playing quite out of position as it stands. We've only actually got two centre-backs and YANNICK, who's playing as a centre-back, although he's certainly not a centre-back. If you don't know, I'm not a Villa fan, I'm actually a Liverpool fan, but as you can tell I'm from the Midlands, and in that Twitter poll I did select Midlands clubs to start this career mode with. So yeah, I went with a Villa. My brother's actually a Villa fan, so he'll be happy that I'm working with Villa going throughout this career mode. And as you can see, I'm just doing some of the training modes, etc. here, just trying to understand which players need to be improved. Obviously we're only going for the youngsters because they're the ones that will have the most potential to grow. And so I'm just going to put in a few of the players here that I've had relative success with over the years down career mode. Now I've always done these sort of longer rambling sort of career modes using teams like Warsaw, and now for the last few years Wolves. But obviously with Wolves moving on into the Premier League this season, I didn't think that would be such a challenge. So moving on to Villa this year, and I think there's certainly a challenge to be had here because there's an extensive list of players that we're going to need to get hold of going into the next few seasons in order to improve the squad. So as you can see, I'm just searching out those players that I've already had a decent amount of play time with in the past and getting them onto the shortlist, and also getting the scout to have a look at them so that we can figure out how much they're actually worth and maybe start doing some deals in the future. So we'll come back to those players later on in the career mode really, and try to establish which ones we're going to purchase to try to improve the squad, and also get some players on board that for the future. So we'll do a lot of training with those type of players and maybe loan them out in order that we can improve later down the line. Now I know we don't have a great deal of money to play with in the transfer window to get things going, but I really wanted to get a youth scout on board as quickly as possible in order that we could try to get some youth players through the system straight away. Especially as you can see, youth development is one of our medium-term goals, so we need to put some effort into that. We've got a critical on our finances, and domestic success is high. We have to actually win the league to placate our board, which is going to be quite the task with the squad that we currently have amassed. I think it's quite important at this point to point out the fact that I am not the ultimate player on FIFA either. I've just been playing this game for a very long time. I've actually been playing FIFA since the very first one in '93, and I've had every version of the game, so yeah, I should be good at it, shouldn't I? But I would call myself a middling gamer. So as we move here onto the first game of the season, we are going to be playing Empoli in the first pre-season tournament.
Well, welcome to the start of the European International Cup, the first group stage game of this pre-season tournament.
Yeah, and these tournaments, much more of a big deal these days, and the fans certainly play a bigger part.
And here we've got for you today...
Hey guys, so let's cut into the action and have a look at what we can do with this Aston Villa team as we take on Empoli. So we're moving the ball forward, we've got it out to Kajia, and that move has broken down, unfortunately, and we're going to have to try to regain possession from Empoli as they move forward down the pitch. And they're moving the ball around quite well, actually. Got the ball out here to the left-hand side of the field, and they're shifting it around in order that I can't get a hold of it. And a long-range shot, bit of a weak effort as Grealish gets out on the ball, like 15 minutes in here now, and we get it out down the wing with a long through ball to Kajia, and he's taken down inside the box. Surely that is a penalty, and he decides not to give it the ref as Jack Grealish is out on the ball here. Nice shot, but the goalkeeper's got his hands to it. Starting back out at the goalkeeper here, and that was quite a dangerous pass out there from the goalkeeper as we head off down the wing here and change to attacking as we prod the ball out down the wing, and El Ghazi's on the ball. He's getting to the byline and he's going to cut the ball back, and it's a great effort by YANNICK BOLASIE as we go 1-0 up in this first fixture of the tournament. Teams celebrate there with that great goal from YANNICK BOLASIE. I think we're going to get a replay any moment now of that goal. So El Ghazi's got out down the byline here and managed to cut the ball back. Poor effort by the keeper to try and keep it out of the net, but irrespective of that, still a decentish goal here as Empoli now, nice back heel.
Excellent interception. Well, then it goes.
Oh, that could have been dangerous had it not been hit off the defender. So we're into the second half now, and Empoli are on the attack. They've got it out wide to the left-hand side. Nice through ball there.
Well, he played really well, didn't he? And he got himself a goal to put his team ahead. He'll be pleased with that first 45 minutes.
He will be pleased with that first 45 minutes. It was a good start. But we've got to do some work here to... Oh, that's a miss and a half. He just couldn't get over the ball and obviously skied the header as Empoli start to make some changes. Nearly in the 70th minute here, and they've got out down the right-hand side, Empoli. Hutton's missed that tackle, and this could be critical because they've missed a golden opportunity there. That header was a great opportunity to get an equaliser. And that's it, we've managed to beat Empoli 1-0 in our first game. As the managers shake hands as they come off the pitch. The Empoli manager there looking a dejected figure as he strolls back down into the dressing room. So as we can see from the match facts there, we didn't have too many shots, 4 but 3 on target, which is a lot better than the 8 shots that Empoli had, but only 4 on target. So I'm quite pleased with the overall result there, grinding it away. I think that's going to be the sort of narrative to this first season, at least with Aston Villa, is going to be grinding away results. Have a look at what's going on here in the transfer market or a transfer hub, and we've accepted a couple of offers for players that realistically I just want to get off the books because I don't see them having any further use throughout this career mode. However, Scott Hogan here, I potentially could have used this striker as a bit of a backup, but I think I can reinvest that money more efficiently and actually make a better go with the money. So we've accepted $2.5 million there for Scott Hogan, and hopefully that deal continues to go through as we head out into the Calgary match. I know a lot of the YouTubers that do career mode tend to sim the pre-season tournament games in terms of just getting through them in order that they can get on into the season, but I really like to use these games as a way of looking at the team and establishing what I need to resolve in terms of getting the players in the right positions and finding out the formation that fits with the particular set of players I've got, what I need to bring in terms of getting new players on board. So these first few games, although they may seem a bit laborious to you guys, I'm actually learning a lot about, firstly, the functionality of the gameplay, which has changed quite a bit. So as you can see there, I've just made a numerous amount of changes in order to try to see what we can do differently for this game against a different team.
Welcome again to the European International Cup, this pre-season tournament. We are at the second match stage for you.
Well, obviously the players aren't fully match fit, but under the spotlight of the cameras and a lot of supporters, you're expected to put in a good performance, and it's not always easy.
Okay, so as we take over the commentary role from the guys up here, we've just seen that Calgary have had an effort on goal, which was dragged rather wide, and we've got an attack here with Taylor out on the left wing. It's a bit of a scrappy one, but we're inside the box, and we've hit the bar. That was a great effort from close range. We're having exceptional look down this left-hand side here with our left back Taylor, and it's a header from El Ghazi. What a great header at the back post. He did exceptionally well to get up and over that ball and head it into the far corner. It was a great header, but in fact, exploiting that left-hand side with Taylor is, that was the second time we've tried that tactic, because it worked out quite well the first time round. And yeah, we've managed to get a great crossing with Taylor, and El Ghazi was there at the back post. He just drifted off his defender, give himself some space, and popped it into the left-hand corner of the goal. Great stuff from him.
Spectacular header.
So we've scrolled forward a bit there. We were 11 minutes in when we scored that goal. We're up to 22 minutes, and Calgary are on the ball, moving it around quite nicely, and we've changed our defensive tactics to add a bit of press to our game. And they're shooting from long range this year, the AI. Unusual compared to previous games where they tended... and we've given the ball away in the centre of the midfield there. That was a terrible ball by, I think it was Whelan. They've drifted the ball out right. Oh my God! Was that supposed to be a cross, or was it a shot? But it was definitely a decent shot as we move into the second half here, and Calgary are giving us quite a bit of a game here. High pressure. I'd expect that, to be honest. Serie A team. They're not the best Serie A team, but still decent outfit, I would have thought, and certainly in our league, as we give away a free kick on the edge of the box and looking to make an exchange of players there. McGinn out for Bjornsson, as the AI team of Calgary also made some changes there as well. I think this is going to be an effort at goal here, so I start to drift back towards the goal with my player, trying to cover off. It was not a bad effort actually from that kind of distance from the AI. And they're having, we've been overloaded here. They've got in behind, but we've managed to push him out to the right, which kind of made it difficult for him to get a decent shot on goal. Yeah, good effort by the keeper there to keep things in our advantage. So we make another substitution here. El Mohammadi's come off, and we've put the Manchester United loanee to Nazabi. I'm not quite sure if that's how you say it, but that's how it's going to be said for now. He's on right back. Quite a bit of pace from the youngster actually, so that might be welcomed. Now that was close to don't want to be that uncomfortable on many occasions. I've got to get clear of the ball quite quickly. And it's a penalty with Chester's brought down their player in the box. Oh dear, Chester. That is not good, because we are quite close to the end of the game. This could end up as a draw. Penalties are, a coin flip really as to whether you can go the right way with the keeper, if I'm being honest. But oddly enough, the referee has allowed Calgary to make a change during the penalty take. So I'm going to jump on that as well, and I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to slow this game down to the point that the player is really put off. Because in real life, if this happened, the player would surely be put off by this going on. Giving him the Grobler shuffle. And it's a save! Fantastic save there kick the ball upfield from a goal kick here, and that's the end of the game. And we've beaten it. We've beaten Calgary 1-0 purely because of that penalty save at the end of the game. Fantastic result for us, and obviously that really now gives us a fantastic opportunity of progressing in this tournament, having won the first 2 games. Quick look at the match facts there, and look, 11 shots from Calgary and only 4 from us. So yeah, as we move on here to doing some more training, we've got a lot on Grealish as we're trying to improve the youngster, obviously, because he is I've obviously stopped him being out. I've blocked any moves for him in the transfer window because we're not gonna take any rubbish for letting Grealish go, and thankfully he hasn't got a release clause in his contract either. Otherwise, I'd be renegotiating that contract to stop us having that problem. Okay, so here I'm going to negotiate our first signing of the season, and as you can see, I'm with Jurgen Klopp as we're trying to sign Ryan Brewster from Liverpool. Now, I am a Liverpool fan, so you may see a few of their players make it onto our team at some point. But Brewster, I've purchased in the past when I've been Wolves over the last couple of seasons, and he has some fantastic growth in the future. So he also feels particularly good, even though he's only rated here at 62. He also feels quite a solid player when you first get hold of him. So we'll work on the training, etc., because he's such a young player, and try to improve him straight out the box. But this is certainly a deal that I'm looking forward to trying to do, and try to get him some gameplay throughout the career mode in this first season, to try to improve his statistics and just get some goals under his belt. We may actually loan him out towards the end of the season, the secondary transfer window, just to try to get him some more game time. But obviously that depends on who we bring in and how many strikers we've got on board, because I do anticipate us perhaps at times playing 2 strikers up top. When I've played in the Championship in previous seasons with Wolves, it's always helped to try and have 2 players up front, and so being able to rotate with a player like Brewster, we've got Abraham on loan, so that's another problem that we're going to have next season, where we may have to bring in some extra players to cover off the loanee players that we've got this season. So Brewster's our first signing of this season, he's the first one that we've managed to be able to do a deal with. I paid a £750,000 for the youngster, which I think is actually quite a steal. As we go here to an offer for Micah Richards. Now, we don't have many centre-backs at the moment, but Richards is not a fantastic player on this game, so he's quite an older player as well. So I'm negotiating with the Chinese team, it looks like, that have come in for him, but they don't want to negotiate. They're only prepared to offer £500,000 for Micah Richards, and to be fair, I'm just going to accept that, because again, I think I can do more damage with the £500,000. And we've got an offer in for Conor Hourihane of $5 million or thereabouts, and I'm not really sure what 5.2 million. I'm not really sure what to do with that, because I could really use that kind of money. But Hourihane's a decent player. You want to really retain some of the bulk of the squad and not just change everybody that's in the team. So I think I'm going to try to keep Hourihane. Actually, I know 5 million sounds like a lot of money, but try to reinvest in that. With that kind of money for another player, we might end up with a couple of players, but will they be of the same quality? As we move on to the contract negotiations with Brewster, whose current wage is £6,700, so we're not a great deal of money, considering that he's got a potential to be quite a talent in the future. So we're giving him the prospect role, and we've signed a 4-year deal. And look at that. Financially, he's prepared to take a pay cut to come to Aston Villa. We've signed him on a $4,900 contract, which is excellent news.
Well, the player's getting fitter game by game. It's the 3rd round of matches in this European International Cup, this pre-season tournament.
So the 3rd game of the pre-season tournament here against, answers on a postcard how you pronounce it, I think it's Kerryspor. I know they're from the Turkish league anyway. So yeah, let's pick up with the action here, and we're on the 20-odd minute mark. Nice pass there through Some through balls from Grealish there. Throws it into the box. Oh, get on the end of it, but it's hit the bar. And it's a corner now for the Turkish team. What a header and a fantastic save down to the keeper's left-hand side there to protect our 0-0 scoreline as we move on into the second half here. Team trying to expose us. Great pass out there by the keeper. That's a fantastic pass. We knock it up to ultra attacking as we try to move through the field and gaining an advantage through tactics. And out wide here, need a nice crossing. Header, but we couldn't get over the ball, unfortunately, there with Tammy Abraham. As the substitutions start to happen. Pass the ball out to Chester. Oh, what a suicide ball. What's he done? We've gifted them the lead. 1-0, and we've gifted them the lead. And they're off down the right-hand side of the pitch again here. Nice through ball to their winger. And we're exposed. Their centre forward again has got on the ball. Terrible game for us here. Terrible game against an opposition that I really fancied myself against. So odd, really, when you consider the two opening games were much better for us. As we can see there, we just had far less shots than our opposition. So fortunately enough, we won the opening two games. So that should have been enough for us to see our way through to the next stage of the tournament, as we just do a bit of housekeeping here and clear up some of the emails that we've had, which are telling us that the scouting results are in for the players that we put on our list. So as we scroll through these players here, we're just going to have a look at what kind of value that they've got on their heads, and how that will affect us going into the transfer market, whether we're able to afford any of those players. But as you can see, as we're rounding out this episode, we've got our new arrival, which was BREWSTER as a striker. And obviously don't forget to hit that like button if you've liked this content, and subscribe to the channel for more content, which will be available as and when I get chance on the career mode.